Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Solem, Solem, Lele. Yeah, good evening. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful time. I think we can hear you anyway. So maybe just stay there when I call you then. And if eventually your face shows, that's good. Good evening, everybody. You are highly welcome. We thank you for joining tonight. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Káàbọ̀. You're welcome. Oh, oh, I am coming home. It's because I was doing something online. I was trying to use a laptop. I've never been using the laptop, so I'm trying to see if I can use the laptop. So I found out that the time has gone so far. So that's why I stopped it. So I had to go back to the phone. So I'm sorry for coming out late. I came 8:30 on the dot Nigerian time. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate you for coming on. God bless you. How is the day going? Hope you are having good time. Um, Thank you. My name is Oluabi, as you all know, or Abi Buti, depending on which page you're watching from. And as usual, Auntie Toyosi, you can mute yourself. I'll let you in I'll let you talk so that it will not be obstructing what I'm saying. So I thank you, everybody. So my name is Oluabi or Abid Busi, depending on which page you're watching from. So thank you for joining tonight again. This is always being brought to you by Thoughtful Events. Please let me share. Please let me start sharing so that people can see and know that we are online right now. We are live. Good evening, everybody. I acknowledge you. Um, who was the first person? Adebola Taiwo. Thank you for joining. Olufemi Daniel, El Nino, El Nino, Palo Losulemi, Omoya Jowo, Adeshola, Bolanle, Ogunbanjo Taminokumbia. Thank you so very much. Um, Ade Toyosi Adebisi Aderomu, Esore Idowu, thank you. Tenibi Ajeoluwaseun, Felicia Afolabi, thank you. Adeni Ibumi Odu, thank you so very much. Olabi Ibumi, Modupe Ola, èmi nìkan tán. Thank you, my sister, Ojuyire. Ọláyẹmí Arówólò Benson, thank you. Adépéjú Ọláẹgbẹ́ Adéyínká, thank you. Adéyínká Rónkẹ́ Ọ̀rẹ́dẹ́yìn, Bánkọ́lé Ann, thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́. Yes, ma. Dúpẹ́ Búsàrí Oyèníran, Kenny Onífádé Ọ̀ṣíbẹ́lúwò, thank you. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò náà. Please help me share. Olajide Adebanji. Toyosi has gone again. The phone is always acting up, but I just pray we are able to get through tonight. So thank you so very much, everyone. Oh, thank you, ma. Thank you. Omowumi Akinwumi Ekalema. Thank you so much. Thank you. So last, I think Oluwadamilola Oyeniran Rotimi, thank you. Please let me share. I 2 days ago, right? Monday, that is 3 days ago, we were talking about between men and women who cheats the most. Yes, who cheats the most. Okay. So Sister Toyosi Adebisi Aderomu was the one that started the talk, right? And she said in the olden days that men used to be the one that were cheating mostly, that they were the one that always collect the trophy for cheating. But nowadays, according to what she said, thank you. So according to what she said nowadays it's so let me just say so sad that we find out that married women married women are even cheating more than the singles and the the divorcees or whatever. That is married women that has collected the trophy, and wọ́n ti lé married men bá, wọ́n ti gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. That the married women are cheating more these days. So we now asked her why or what could be the cause of married women cheating more than the married men. And what she said, she made mention of 4 points, and which we're able to talk about one of them because she couldn't join to the end of the program. So I was able to talk about the emphasis she laid, like the points she puts down. I spoke about one of them. She said lack of communication in marriage can lead to cheating. And she said affection, maybe lack of affection, then lack of funds or lack of sexual interaction or sexual whatever intercourses. So she said about that. So, and we spoke more about lack of communication. Why she said most times when men come back, or maybe anybody that have gone out to work, whenever they come back from work, they are so exhausted, and instead of them to talk to their partner how their day had been, it's either they are too exhausted to talk. The next thing they shower and go to bed, or maybe they have 1 or 2 programs they want to watch. They just come on and watch the program. Oh, mo fẹ́ wo Kọ́kọ́rọ́ Alátẹ, mo fẹ́ wo this, mo fẹ́ wo that, mo fẹ́ wo. They'll just hop on it and watch and will not talk to their spouse. And meanwhile, the spouse that have been the only one at home, waiting and saying, oh, Tidadi Wabade, whenever he comes back, I'll be able to discuss this and that, maybe about the children, about the home, about even her own feelings or what she's going through, And lo and behold, today the man hop on the bed, tomorrow the man hop on the bed, next tomorrow the man did the same thing. So gradually there will be no or less communication. So they won't be able to be talking, they won't be able to, talk with themselves and know what is really going on. At times some spouses are going through some health challenges, but when their spouse is not there, when the other party is not there, they won't be able to talk about it. They won't be able to like talk about this and do what they're supposed to do, and stuff like that. So now that was what we said about communications, though we said more than that, but we just want to continue from where we stopped on Monday. So we have Auntie Toyosi on the phone right now because if as usual, our phone is not picking up on Facebook. So she's right here on the phone with us. And then Auntie Toyosi, we spoke about lack of communication, right? Affection and lack of fun and lack of sex, right? And then I was able to talk to them about communication, and where you stopped, I picked it up. If you have any other thing to say about communication, please feel free to go ahead before you delve into the other points.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. Yes, I think I've spoken on communication earlier. I'm sorry I wasn't able to join you again last week. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Apology accepted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, apology accepted.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think I've spoken on communication. So, which section? Or is there any other thing you want to say about the communication aspect?
If you want to say anything about communication, go ahead. You might touch where I didn't even talk about. So, ọgbọ́n lọ́gbọ́n. Kì í jẹ́ ká padà lọ ṣeré.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned few things about communication, and communication is very, very, very important when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships. Because communication breaks so many homes, and it has caused a lot of damages in so many homes as well. Tí kò bá sí communication bó ṣe yẹ kó tó láàrin ọkùnrin àti obìnrin, kò sí bí ìgbéyàwó yẹn ṣe ní lẹ́yìn. And ibi tí communication yìí ibi tí ó ti máa ń wọ́ wá 95% ọ̀dọ́ ọkùnrin ni. I'm sorry to say this, it's not because of the problem. Ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọkùnrin. Tí a bá rí obìnrin tó fàyè sílẹ̀ fún communication, it's have to be as we bring something she doesn't like. So you see more of a so from there, really not fàyè sílẹ̀ fún ọjọ́ kí n sọ mọ́tò lágbájá ọ̀rọ̀ kí wọ́n bá láti kánà jù. So you understand?
Yes.
Ọkùnrin ló máa ń sábà mú mi ò kí ń mú time. Wọ́n pè sẹ́rí fóònù wa yìí ó ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ bí ṣe ṣe nǹkan tó dáná ló cause a lot of damages. Wọ́n lè bá ṣe fóònù wọn ní tẹ́sán. Ibẹ̀ ló ti máa bá méjì kì í chat. Ìbẹ̀rù ti máa bá táìtì kì í chat. Ìbẹ̀rù ti máa bá side talk kì í chat. Ìbẹ̀rù ti máa bá tọ̀lígì chat. Òní fún mi ní attention tó tó. Kò dẹ̀ ní sí. Ó ti tún rub minds together. Kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ share feelings together. Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ṣe fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tẹ́nìkan go through. Nígbà tí káàdì fún wọn ti bí jùlọ pẹ̀lú fóònù ẹ̀. So from there, tó yẹ ká bá sọ nǹkan tó jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkọ wa, orúkọ la máa sọ fún. When my husband is busy pressing and pressing his phone at me, and he's not giving a listen to what I want to say, then I'll go to my phone and talk to someone else. So anything you're getting from me, you confidence in you. So that is where we have a lot of problems when it comes to communication. So most people I want to understand the communication then.
Yes.
So ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ major part nínú ọ̀sán tó ń fa kí ọkùnrin àti obìnrin kó máa keep relationship. Pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn obìnrin, communication yẹn jẹ́ nǹkan tó fà á nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ obìnrin kan fi ń di fún cheat. Because ká bá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa play and cheat, kò ṣe nígbà tá a bá ń ṣe ìfẹ́kùfẹ́ àbí tá a bá when we talk about cheating, sí mo lè define ẹ̀ bí ọ̀nà bíi méjì mẹ́ta.
Okay, go ahead.
You are hiding anything away from your husband, you are kissing on him. What did people say? We live over all of you, right? You kiss on your husband. So what did people say? Messages, you are kissing on him already. Because what do you have on your phone? Different with partner already. So what did people think? Where you come from? Maybe if I'm not sure, then we are kissing on each other.
Okay, Sister Toyosi, before you go ahead, you can just quickly pause. Let me pass that message. It's like some people are not getting it right. What she said she was sorry to say that men are the one at fault, mostly in the communication issues, that she will say 100% goes to the men. According to what I said, mostly at the beginning of each program, I tell you, you can mute yourself. Let me just talk to them out. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. So I normally say that èyí wù mí òwò ní kì í mọ̀mọ̀ ìyá méjì pawọ́pọ̀ fẹ́yàwó kan. Please, ó tó bí òwe ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà. Don't be angry and don't be upset about that. what my own opinion might be contrary to yours. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but at times you might not think it the other way that the other person is thinking it or taking it. So when I say it, maybe afterwards you can just think and say, oh, thought they knew, you know, and even your own perception might even be different from mine. And when you say it, I might say, ah, that's another level. But what she was just trying to say is that you as a man, maybe you have gone no more, but she design for the man to go out, koloshishe, and then he comes in later than the women. But mostly the women get home first, or maybe the women are always at home. And then you have gone for the whole day. When you come back, you have been with your phone, especially she's talking about nowadays, that you have been with your phone from morning. And when you got home, instead of you to drop the phone somewhere and have a listening ear to your children and your spouse, you are still busy pressing the phone, talking with the same colleagues, right? Doing office work, that took you so long to get home so late. Now, the little time you're supposed to dedicate for your children and your family, you are still using it to talk to those people. Definitely, you are cheating on your wife. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, now, the wife has a lot to tell you, but because you're so busy, some will carry phone and be calling. Hey, want to pay me later. If you know you want to make those calls, make them so short. 1, 2, 3 minutes, you're done. Because you have limited time, very soon you say you're tired, you want to go to bed and sleep. Then maybe you're coming in, you are cleaning your phone records, you are cleaning the messages that came in through the day, you're already cheating. Even if you're a woman and you are doing the same thing, clearing your call records, erasing whoever has called you during the day, erasing text messages, emails, so that your spouse will not see, yet you are also cheating, even if you do it as a woman. It doesn't matter. Even if you're talking to your family members, your brothers and your sisters, and yet you're doing it in a secretive way, you're still cheating. That's what we are talking about. That it does not necessarily mean when you cheat with the opponent party or opposite sex, that is the only thing we call cheating. No, that the time you're supposed to dedicate for me as your spouse, you're still, using it or spending it with somebody else outside our home. That is cheating. Even if you're talking to your family members, there should be time for everything. Your day to day, okay, let's see, whether you like it or not, even the holy book said it, that a man will leave his family, his father and mother, our klingi pẹ̀lú ìyàwó ẹ̀, right? It did not say the man will leave and then go back to be giving them feedback. No, that is not what they said. So, ẹ ti di ọ̀kan náà. Whatever goes on during the day, your wife is entitled to know everything. Tó bá jẹ́ pé typewriter níyàwó ẹ̀ àbí typewriter lọ́kọ ẹ̀ paparapa sí CNN, you might not be able to give him or her every details, but at least let's have an idea of what is going on. In a leisure time, tó bá jàdúrà ló fẹ́ gbà, kó gbà. You know, so many men, they do so many things secretly that tó bá boomerang tán, when the outcome now comes and they cannot condone it or curtail ẹ̀ mọ́, that is when they now call their spouse. Ẹ̀pá lè má bòró mọ́. This is part of what we are saying. Even as a woman, you're supposed to share your day-to-day activities with your spouse. So now, when you come in today, Ogbojusoke, maybe you've been hurt at work, traffic, this, that. I'm trying to talk to you, I will look at your face, ojú ẹkùn rèé, I will leave you. Then, or maybe I talk and you scream or you shout or yell, Or I see the way you're talking to the children, I will say, no, no go area, Lele. You don't give the chance for me to talk to you. So tomorrow you do the same thing, next tomorrow you do the same thing, you are clinging to your phone. Then me too, I'll be bored. I'll say, well, I've been waiting for him to talk to him. He doesn't have that chance. Well, let me see what's going on Facebook streets. Then the next thing, messages that have been coming in through your messenger that you have refused to look at will start popping up. Then you also say, Atalele, who is this? Hello, pretty, hello, beautiful. Maybe your husband has not even said beautiful to you in the last 20 years, maybe 15 years. And one mumu from one corner will just be telling you, hello, beautiful. Ironi o, Tony, we just want to listen. At least, ṣé pé mo tiẹ̀ ṣì dá, ibi tó ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀, imú ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ń wọgbà. We have to be factual about this. I'm not judging and saying ọkùnrin ni ó ní fault àbí obìnrin. When we say fault máa ń wá látọwọ́ ọkùnrin mostly, it doesn't mean pé obìnrin náà ò ní fault, right? But everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Don't say kò yẹ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ọkùnrin náà máa ń bú, ọkùnrin náà máa ń bú. When it comes to ti obìnrin náà, we do say it, right? We do say it. So ṣọ̀tún ṣòsì ni. Sister Toyosi, are you still there? So if you want to add more to that, or we go ahead and go to the next one. You have muted your phone, no? Hello? Ó ti mute, ó ti gbàgbéra. Okay, let me go ahead. Whenever she's okay, she's coming back. Can you hear me? Connecting, networking on. We too, we are not having good connection. Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me, ma?
Clearly now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I tell you, can move on to the next one.
Yes. So you're talking about affection, right?
That's an extra.
Affection, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I go on?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes. Attraction. When we talk of affection, I think it should be mutual. But that's in the pay. Mo jókòó sí dádì wa, mo wá fẹ́ fara tì wọ́n. Tí wọ́n kàn wá kọ́ níjà rẹ̀ wọ́n, you don't rest on me, I'm tired. You know, when the affection is no longer there, when you don't appreciate your partner, when you don't see anything good in her again, or let me say, you're not seeing anything good in me. Bóyá o kọjá ọkọ ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ẹgbẹ́ báyìí ní ẹ̀wọ̀n tó máa ìmọ̀pọ̀ wọn ní máa ń dún ìlú èmi náà lè máa gbáyàn wọ́n ti sọ wọn kékeré.
Káwọn náà yé fún wa lábàrà.
From that angle, without losing it, ọkùnrin tó gba ẹlẹ́nu tó kọra mọ́ tó gba ẹlọ́la tó kọra mọ́. Sẹ́mọ̀, akọ̀wé gbọ́kàn ni pé kí ló ṣe woman yìí pé ó kàn máa ń ní all the time ni. Wọ́n di pé ó kàn jù díẹ̀díẹ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀jẹ̀ pé àwọn ọ̀gá náà ni àwọn ń tà láti bá ṣeré káwọn náà ń kọra every now and then. Sẹ́mọ̀, obìnrin náà máa wà piece of pé ọ̀pọ̀ ara mi wà ní adélẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé dájú wa wọn kì í ṣe tán wọn ṣe bá ṣeré. Ìwé tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ìkànnì ara máa ń kọ wọ́n. Oníkà rẹ̀ nọ́ọ̀tì ní yorùbá lọ́jọ́ kò síbẹ̀ yìí ti ń jáde lára ẹ̀. There are some people we can even say with love. A lè sọ nínú ìfẹ́ àti nínú ìpín ẹnì kejì and it's not even about the partner. But the way some people just put it, partner ẹ̀ máa kọ́ wo rẹ̀ láì pé ọmọ ìyá tó bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́nà lórí ti wá rí. And like you said earlier, tó bá pín bí pé kò sí communication because all these things are working together. Kò sí communication yẹn mọ́, ó ti di pé mo wá lọ sí orí Facebook ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó rọ́ mi. And then you cut him up and see what's up with them themselves. high pretty, láti wá ló ń kọ́ra wèrè ní ẹnìkan ló ń pè ní Ramsey, Jimmy Ramsey. But you start giving that person attention because of that gbọ́ òfẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ní kó tó kí ẹ̀ Ramsey yẹn. But not even like someone call you that for a very long time. So you start giving that person audience, and from there, one thing leads to another. Because she affection between women. So the better the wájú kò bá náà wọn ojú kò ń ta ń gba tẹ́lẹ̀. You know, all those things ó máa ń fa ìpínyà nínú ilé. Ó dẹ̀ máa ń jẹ́ kí káfíń fúdì kan ju ibì kan lọ. Because that is when ẹni tí ó fẹ́ ẹni tó kọ́ para tì yàn tí wọ́n fún ní chance yẹn tí wọ́n fún ní ọdún ìfọ̀ fún ní fèsì yẹn. Ó máa wá nǹkan tí òbí nínú ilé yẹn ó máa gbá lọ síta. Ó máa wá lọ síta. Ibi tí wọ́n rẹ̀ ní pé wá gbà kàrà wá gba dùndú. Ọmọ kéékèèké máa fi wọn gbé. So I think that's you on
yeah, okay, you can mute. Let me explicit more on that too. So did you hear what she said? She said affection should be mutual. Affection should be mutual, which is good. At least it should be on both sides. Kò yẹ kó jẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ẹnìkan, you know. Okay, now maybe I've been waiting for you. I just want to cuddle. I just want to lean on you. And you come back and I lean on you around you know. Then I try to do it the second time, the third time. Each and every time I try to do it, you're always complaining. You're always finding fault, or you're always, you know, seeing it as a big deal. So the next thing, the lady will not, you know, will now see, she very beautiful girl, let me go and see. Then so also the man, you tap me and I say, busy I've been busy with the children, busy with the chores and everything. You're just coming back and everything. And then Ara coming. But have we ever sat down to think about it and say, Kilo Shele, what is coming? I mean, what is going on? And this now goes back to the same communication according to what she said. She said communication and affection works hand in hand. And can you see? That is when you will now ask a question. Babalagbaja, kilo de. Each time I touch you, you're always angry. You're always, you know, you're always crying. Every time you will just find fault. And so also the woman, you are the man, you will ask, darling, kilo de. Each time I touch you, you this and that. And that is where the communication is very important. Then the other party will be able to tell you what he or she have been through or is going through. Then you now say, then this and that happened, this and that happened, this and that happened. I'm not talking about you, the man that has big farm, that you say or you tap my butt and that one no be play, not the kind of play that I will now be crying in a corner. No, that's not it. So the real play, maybe you just tap my cheek, you kiss me on my forehead, or you grab me from the back. I'm not talking about you men that will just come and say, get him. Oh, you don't know, ovulation. I'm sorry. Period. You know, stuff like that. You don't know. Maybe she's going through something. And you don't know. But once you see that it's always every time, ask questions. Kilo share, you don't want me to be touching you, or you don't want me to, you know, and stuff like that. Then be able to pass the message across to each other. So that is learning to be romantic. Without slaps. So those slaps can never more out. So what I would just say is, Once you know that your spouse is complaining about the way you touch or the way you tap or the way you ask questions. What is going on? You might even be going through some things emotionally. It might not even be you that you are the problem. But your siblings alone funny issues. Maybe she's going through, or a friend have told her a problem. Told any. Chemo, the way we carry things, and we women, we have so many compartments in our stomach. We have so many characters. So when somebody comes to you and tell you what they are going through, that's empathy might be there, then for that period, you might not be yourself. But someone is going through something like this, and when you don't have anything to do or to say, you'll be worried. And the moment the man sees that, once they say, then you ask question, do you know that this and that? You know that husband and wife, they are supposed to be the best gossipers. Because the wife will want to tell the husband virtually everything that happened during the day. Systematically, even if she does not mention the person's name. Afish example. So also the man. I'm not talking about CNN, that you will say, no, I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about when you are able to you are free to talk to him. So those are the things. It might even be problems from the office. So it might even be going through one challenge or the other. Somebody was telling me that each time the wife was going to work, she will pray, she will put anointing oil, doing and this, she will come back again. She will do like this. I said, what's going on? Say nothing. So one day he now sat her down and said, tell me what is going on. Say, there's this boss. Whatever she does, the man does not appreciate it. The man will be yelling at her, screaming, embarrassing her in the presence of the junior workers and everything. Now said, you should have told me now, bring the person's name. So they started praying and praying and praying. Say suddenly, that man just held a meeting in the office and I said, he gave her an award and said, she happens to be the most quiet and the most tolerating person, that if I tell you what I have done to this woman in this office, and yet she will still come, she will type, I would, when you type something as a secretary, and instead of him to tell you where the fault is for you to amend, he can rip it off, he can just, act on the woman. We have to start all over again. And when others are gone, she's still there trying to tidy up so that she won't lose her job. But she wasn't finding it funny. So when she now told the husband now said, you should have told me this one. And they started praying and fasting. And before you know it, that this man's heart belongs to God. So Amaba sorrow and everything. So that is it. So the affection should be there for both parties, not only Oko, not only Ìyàwó. The affection should be there, the love should be there. And everything. All those things, it brings back love. And one thing I listened to one preacher was talking one day, says the more you touch a woman, the more the marriage lasts longer. Because one, the day you do not touch, this woman will know something is going on with you. And each time she's always looking forward to, ó fẹ́ fọwọ́ gbá mi ńdì, ó fẹ́ fọwọ́ gbá mi láyà, ó fẹ́ fọwọ́ gbé mi lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́. You will soon do this, you will soon do that. So when you don't do it, the woman will know that there's something going on. Even if it's the woman that does that. At times, some women will not do it, but they appreciate it. They'll say, stuff like that. Some they will be looking at each other and do rishi and stuff like that. Even the children are so used to it that the children will now say, hey, daddy, mommy, and stuff like that, irrespective of age or how long the marriage has been. So affection is paramount. It's very, very important. Let's take to that too. Mr. Yossi, are you still there? Hello? Yawa, Hello? Okay. Once she joins us, we continue. She's muted, so I know mostly she might not know that she's muted. And then the network is acting up also. She's back. A cabo.
I'm with you, madam.
Okay.
I'm
So,
with you.
you ready? Let's go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sometimes the partner goes through a lot and the other partner might get relate due to communication. So I think the first thing we feel it and then yeah. Communication is good.
That is it. That is it.
That's it. Going on in the marriage, what we are called the long time. Yeah, hello.
Hello, we are here.
If like this communication, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I'm hearing
I
you.
think Ms. Adiola yes. I said, she said sometimes the partner goes through a lot.
That was what we just said, yes.
Not in, yes, and I said lack of communication, which you see to say yes. Because communication bá wà, ó ní tó gbogbo nǹkan tí mo kà sílẹ̀ ló gbé dání. Because nígbà tó bá wà lọ́wọ́ àgbà sí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀, communication bá wà, when there is proper communication, we should be able to conquer some things. We should be able to handle some situations. We should be able to settle our differences. See, communicate, understand like that. So, think about sharing. Because I notice it shows because the other partners be showing interest. It's in no one is there. It's in building, and the love is not coming from. The attention is not there. We know my back up. I'm not going to get any cinema jagging. I'm not going to get any cinema continuation for this year. Because I don't be every time. Now you can say that I'm not going to say kí ni mo tọ́ sọ pé òun yìí tí mo bá sọ fún ẹ oníkan tó fẹ́ ṣe pé ìmọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé insult every now and then ni ẹni ẹ̀ náà dá ẹ̀ máa rò ní kò ní béèrè mọ́ ṣé irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn because communication ṣe mọ̀ tí affection tàbí ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa èyí náà ó lè má ó lè ẹni tí a sọ pé bí àwọn ọkọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ ìfẹ́ ìkó náà lè máa gbé ju lọ́nà tó lè ṣe ìgbà tó bá gbé pé ìdí tí ìpè bá wọ̀ ìdí tó ní ká mẹ́kì ẹ̀ fún bí ìwọ̀n pẹ̀lú ara wọn. Ìwé kí nǹkan tó ń bọ́dà wọn tó máa ń fẹ̀ tó jù fẹ́ fún ìwọ̀n ìṣètò àwọn ìfowópamọ́ gbà.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. He was just trying to answer Adeola LC Folawe was just to say something about what she has written, that sometimes a partner goes through a lot and the other partner might not even notice. So for me not to notice you, that means there had not been good communication. That is for me not to notice you, because if there had been good communication, according to what Toyosi said, I would have noticed that something is not just right here. So I would have seen the sign that my wife or my husband is not acting right. Then I'll be able to ask questions. That everything is being tied to communication. Communication, if we cannot communicate very well, there will be lapses. Whether we like it or not, there will be lapses. So somebody asked a question, Mr. Yossi. I don't know if you can answer that question before we go further. The person said, if a man, I mean, let me say a husband or the wife, if they shifted their affection and their love to the children rather than the other spouse, is that part of cheating? Like, all the affection I have and the love, I'm showing it to the children. I'm not even looking at the man's side or me alone. Maybe the wife will ask for money and I will say, "Oh, see." And then when the children ask them, or maybe the parent wants to talk to me, they have, I will listen to the children, I will go and stay with the children. When it is time for us to sleep, the man will be calling you, I want to talk to the children, I want to see them to bed. Then the next thing, the man will sleep off in the morning, and stuff like that. Is this part of cheating? Do we call that cheating when you shift your attention to your children rather than you met the husband or your spouse before the children, and whether you like it or not, the children will still leave the house and leave you and your husband. So is this part of cheating? Are you cheating when you have shifted your attention to your spouse, from your spouse to the children?
No, that is not cheating. I don't see that as cheating. Though that act is not good enough, it is bad too for her. It shows man doesn't love you. Yes, it shows the affection is no more there. But that is not cheating. That is not cheating.
Sister Toyosi said that is not cheating. That shows that there's no more love there. With everything we are still saying, everything still amounts to communication. Ajá Yorùbá ní ajá tó rí ni tó ń jù tó wá tún wá rí ni tó ń gbó. So definitely there's something going on. So you're supposed to ask questions. That is just it. Ask questions. Abèrè ọ̀nà kì í ṣìnà. So they say. That is it. And whether you like it or not, well, exactly.
All these children are going their ways.
Even though if you think you will go and do omugo and come back again. Who are you coming back to meet? Is it not the same man? So one has to be very careful when it comes to that. I know in a certain stage in someone's life, Aribe. You know why? Because the mother, you want this, you want that for your children, you want them to be like this, you want them to be like that. If you as a married man, you don't want lapses on that end, help out. You have to help out. Don't let the woman be the only one tó máa ṣàṣàìmẹ́ǹtì, tó máa sóúnjẹ, tó máa fọṣọ, tó máa túnléṣe, tó máa ṣe school runs. Your own is just to provide money. Then that's not good enough. That's not good enough. But if you carry yourself along with everything, right? If everything is overwhelming for the woman, Kara, and then she will shift all her attention. Okay, that's why we are for. Then she will shift her attention to the children. So that is why communication is important. Is very, very important. Go ahead, Mr. Toyosi.
Okay, so can we now go to the next?
The next one, which is fund.
Funds, yes. Yes. There's this one that I would normally say that it's a local sorrow. We're married, really, that's one day. As a serious one, if the wife is not understandable, if she's not someone that understands, there's always a problem. There's always a problem. Because tí bùkátà ní ilé tó bá ti ń di 30-70 tó jẹ́ pé láti ìgbọ̀n ilé ìlú 70 gbogbo ní owó. Ọkọ̀ tí ẹ̀ fún ìbọn kò tó fún mi lórí tó tó lọ sí ìyọ̀kọ̀. Because it happens in homes that, okay, ìtọ́ra oúnjẹ sílé, a fẹ́ sanwó school àwọn ọmọ, a fẹ́ sanwó ilé, a fẹ́ san better bill, a fẹ́ san owó àwọn tó ń dalẹ̀ ẹ̀mí. You know, we got that bills through pension. And all these things, I believe they are calling in a pussy. I'm sure the people support it from the Jacka de Soro, Jacka speaking. àwa jẹ́ 100,000 nínú tí mo fi sí ẹni tó pé sáwọn ìwé láyé pẹ̀lú ìlú. And the man take it over to from that 100,000. You know, my son, the be 18 máa pé. Ṣé ìyẹn wá sọ? Ṣé irú obìnrin yẹn ṣé olóṣèlú gbọ́dọ̀ ọkọ wípé mo fẹ́ change wardrobe mi? Mo ní láti ra toiletries, ní láti ra grocery sílé, mo ní láti ṣe mo ti ẹ̀rí wá yẹn kan lórí ọ̀rẹ́ mi mo fẹ́ ra rẹ̀. Ọkùnrin tí ò lè gbé tí ò lè yanjú ní ilé gan àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ necessity gan kò tí ì rí ṣe kí ni ẹ fẹ́ yọ̀ọ̀tì lọ́rùn kí wá ṣe àwọn àkọ́kọ́. So tó bá ti tẹ́tù bìnrin yẹn bá ti ń ṣe tí ò bá jẹ́ ẹni tó ní ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́rùn púpọ̀ àbí tó ní èròjẹ àti tí ìfẹ́ yẹn bá di ilẹ̀ then always the problem. That is one. Then two, ọkùnrin mi wà tó jẹ́ wípé ó lè ṣe that 100,000 is capable of living it. Ó lè fi sílẹ̀ kò ṣe dandan fún un. Wàá jẹ́ kó mọ̀ wípé because you are working as well, you are going to share it in the two. And that is where the problem starts. Because we have to go to equal right on like money. Since I don't pay, Kata alone 50-50. So 50-50 like you like money. That is another thing. Ọ̀nà mi tó tún lè fi jẹ́ problem. Òun ni pé ẹni tó bá ti ṣe gbogbo tó jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ tì bí ìṣòwò owó ilé, owó oúnjẹ, owó sixty days tó ti ṣọ̀wọ́n ni yẹn. Tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ bá ń kú lọ báyìí, ilé tó wé ṣáà ti rà mọ́. Most ones lose on budget. Ọ̀pọ̀ pé tí mo bá ti ná 100,000 lóṣù, tí màá mi máa fún lẹ́nu ìlú mọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi. Kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ lè sọ fún wọn, they will not remove confidence from their account. And there are some tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n bá ti ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe sínú ilé tí obìnrin bá ní ìdí nǹkan ní ìjọba bí wọ́n lè dájú pé mo lé mo ti yanjú àwọn ọmọ mi mo ti ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí n ṣe you should be able to care for yourself. Tọ́lá ti di káwa náà ń ṣe fún ara wa àti obìnrin. Tí ò ṣe ẹ̀yin ọlọ́run bá kú ní wa dáadáa kò sí láti ní ìṣègùn àgbà sọ́kọ̀. Àbí tó bá jẹ́ pé obìnrin ló ń fẹ̀yìn ju ọkọ yẹn lọ tó jẹ́ pé ọwọ́ ìdójú sókè ju ọkọ lọ tó jẹ́ pé náà ló ń gbé gbogbo nǹkan fà nínú ilé. Tí kò bá sí ẹ̀yin ọlọ́run tó àti understanding tó péye ó máa ṣì àwùjọ kan ìgbéraga máa hàn nínú ìwà ẹ̀. Àjọ òkúta bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbéyàwó.
Thank you. So,
àwọn ibi tí mo ti rí fund tí mo ti rí tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo lè ṣe lórí ẹ̀yìn wa.
yeah, thank you. You can mute a little bit. Let me just speak on that also. Hear what she has said. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be repeating what she said, but in case we miss out because of the way we are doing it, that's why I'm saying some stuff so that you can hear what she's trying to say. Okay, now she said when there is lack of funds, maybe there's no enough fund, that money answereth all. That money is very good in every relationship, and money is even the soul of all the relationships, whether we like it or not. That's just the reality. But it takes the grace of God for the family to hold when there is lack of fund. It takes the grace of God, real grace of God, láti hold. Okay, now, if you as a man, you don't shift your responsibility onto women. I say it all the time. A man that cannot provide for his family is worse than an infidel. But in the situation of the society today, kò síṣẹ́, kò sówó, and that is where communication comes in again. You let your spouse know, lágbájá, this is how much I can afford. This is how much. Some are going to the level of telling their wives their salary, how much they earn. Some, even if you cannot say it, you don't have to tell me. But when you have it, I know. When you don't have, I know. That kind of a man, the woman will be able to support. Right. If we look at the women today, 75% of them are ready to support the men. if the men are really trying to do their quota. You are earning 500,000. You are dropping 50,000 owó oúnjẹ, owó kíni. With the way things are, owó kíni. We know you are planning for us, right? Okay, there's a way you can even go about it. Maybe at the beginning of the month, you drop 40,000. Middle of the month, you drop another 20. Ẹ fi kún 30 rà. End of the month, you drop another 20. That's making 80,000, right? Okay, instead of the 50,000 you're dropping before. Then once in a while, you too, you look around. There's a store in my area there, níbi iṣẹ́ mi, that they sell provisions. You come back, ó fọwọ́ kọ́ mílò àti tea àti kíní wọnú ilé. You understand what I'm trying to say? But when you have it, you are Mr. Ladega, what I say is defined as strict. I'm a strict person. I'm a disciplinarian. Once I drop 50,000, that's the 50,000. If it's not enough for you, hello, Jegbe, I don't care. Hey? Definitely there will be issues, right? Okay, sit down and see what is going on. If you want me to be sharing bills with you, like 50-50, right? Definitely there are some things you will want to do in the house also. You cannot expect me to share bill of 50-50. When I know you are capable, you can afford it, right? But you want us to shoulder it the same way. And then you still want me to do the school runs. You want me to cook. You want me to clean the house. You want me to do homework. Kò lè work bẹ́ẹ̀. Then it has to be 50-50. Yeah, because on the aspects that I will have to do overtime at work and still come and do all those things, at the end of the day, you see the woman getting older than the man. Abi, she will start nursing one ailment or the other because ó ti gbó ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ. But once there is communication, sit yourselves down. Lágbájá, how much do you want to be dropping? How much can you afford to be dropping? Okay, when you drop 70%, I will match up with 30%. But there are some situations that occurs, whether we like it or not. Ọmọ ṣubú fẹsẹ̀ rọ is not in the budget, but once it happens, ṣé a sọ pé because it's not in the budget, mi ò ní bá ná rán ẹsẹ̀ tó fi rọ́? Or suddenly, ó wọ bọ́ọ̀sì, ṣòkòtò uniform fàya. The uniform you are thinking that ó di third term kí n tó rà mí. Fine uniform, now ó ti di tattered uniform. You will patch it, but it will not be the major uniform. You still have to buy another one. Or they stole his or her textbook at school. Kò sí lára budget, mo ti ràwé fún ẹ for the year nìyẹn, and that's it. No, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. So you are supposed to do and still do. Once we have children that are growing, we don't have limited amounts to spend. You keep spending and spending and spending. You cannot shift your responsibility to someone else. And you as a woman, we have so many women that are not really working. But they have ways that they support their spouses. We have so many people cooking. One woman was cooking here. She told me that her husband was angry. He didn't want her to be cooking. But when their first son gained admission into the university, this woman, Toriko man, sneakingly, when the husband is not home, she will cook, and she will be telling the husband, it's just more tray. It's just, before the husband comes, she will ask the children, yeah, let's clean up, so that it will tell them, come and pick your food, you people that ordered food. So that when the husband comes, the husband will just see 1 or 2 trays of food and say, tray kan péré ló ṣe, tray kan péré ló ṣe. When the first son entered university, this woman came out with $8,000 cash and gave the husband. The husband was crying. Said, where did you get the money? Say, all the food, because I know the time is coming She could not work because she will have to pay daycare. So if she works, gbogbo owó tó bá gbà ló máa san daycare fún, because they had some younger children. So when she now saw that the children are grown a little bit, they can help themselves, mo fẹ́ lọ toilet, mo fẹ́ ṣe kíní kan, and these ones, and the older ones are helping to bring the younger ones back home from school. So she started doing something. Moi moi, rice, jollof rice, fried rice, iyan pounded. We have so many men that their wives are not here. Even so many working mothers that don't have the time and they want to eat Nigerian food. It was then the husband said, that he never knew that money could come out of this thing like this. Say, how long have you been saving? The woman said, I've been trying because she didn't allow me to explore very well. That's why. If not, I would have been able to save more than this. And you know what the husband said? The husband said, you know what? I'll be taking you to the market twice a month. So anything you want to buy, like in bulk. So this woman would start to be writing list. That was when she now made a complimentary card. She started giving people business card. And the children got involved. So when you get to their house, on the day the trash people come to pack trash, you will be see, and they come once a week. You will see her with like 4 drums, big drums of trash for the whole week. At times, when you call her, she will tell you, I'm sorry, I'm fully booked. For this month, I'm fully booked. There's nothing you can do about it. So, but not when you have the money and you watch your husband to be struggling, running helter-skelter, Romunjalambakiri. One day the man will find all the money you thought you are keeping. You will spend it, it will not even be amount to anything. Because the backbone don't supply here, olótilọ́yẹ. So, for two way òsì, fòsìwé ọ̀tún, òun lọ́wọ́ fi ń mọ́. If he is dropping, you to try to do something and be appreciative. The man will say, kí ló ń ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ mẹ́ta péré ló ń tọ́. Kí ló ń ṣe, iṣẹ́ ni o. Iṣẹ́ ni. If she's now able to combine it to bring 1 kobo on the table, it's part of it. These children are yours. So make sure you don't shift your responsibility to your spouse, to your woman, especially men. Do what you have to do. These children are seeing. They know, unless if they don't want to talk. They see everything. That is it. So if your wife comes to you, tó bá yọ̀ sí ẹ lọ́rùn, oh, there are recharge card for me. A friend of mine once told me that in a whole year, me tẹ kọ́bọ̀ bàbá lágbájá mọ́lẹ̀. I was like, irọ́ ni. The man came in and the woman was still saying the same thing. Ǹgbọ́, èló ló fún mi lọ́dún yìí? I asked you for this, did you buy? I asked you for that, did you buy? And yet, house rent came. You are asking me to put money down for house rent. When I heard it, I told the man, I said, I know things are not the way it used to be, but try your best. Let the woman know you are trying. Not that you will come home and pretend that, olórí burúkú làwọn people yìí, ṣé ọmọ kan ti sanwó wa ṣá? Whereas you have gone to pepper soup joint to get 3,500 níjókòó ẹ̀kan. You have declared surplusity to people on the table. Ẹ fún wọn lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan round ẹ ṣègùn kọ̀ọ̀kan. And you will come home and do your face as if you have not collected salary. They are still owing you. And this woman will say, kójú má tì wá, she ó ti doni gbèsè. Ladugo, she will go and be collecting money, buying food, tikele, and then you will sit down and say you want to eat Tifun Loro, glutton, over jembe. And the same thing is applicable to the woman. Your husband will give you money. Save for the raining day. On the days he dash you money and say, Baba Lagbaja, I just received 10,000 naira alert. What for? Mo fun eni, I just gave you. Ah, thank you. God bless you. Hey, yeah. Save. If you can save 5,000 out of that 10,000, she mo fun eni. Because you are saving for the raining day. There may be a situation where you might have to bring out that money to cover your shame. So it is check and balance on the two sides, not only on the one side, but most importantly, communication. When we are two, at least let me just say, when I was one, I wasn't married. I know how much I was spending. Now we are two. Now we have a child. Now we have 2 children. Definitely the expenses will be going up. So you see that your husband don't ask you for kobo. He's been doing it and doing it. When you see that there's no provision in the house, no milk, no tea, don't wait for him to come and bring, oh yeah, 2,000 or 3,000. He will not. Did you go out? Go and buy it. I saw milk. I had little change from the small money I've been keeping. So I decided to buy it. That one is covered. Karo dimasho, karasho modi, ki dimati gbofo. That is it. May God help us. It goes a long way. You cannot afford to be selfish in a relationship. You cannot afford to be selfish in a relationship. You cannot afford to be stingy in a relationship. That is it. You cannot afford to. May God help us. Amen. Sister Toyose, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here with you, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Then tell us the next one. Hello?
There's no mention all these points and we will not mention communication.
Yes.
Because that is the key.
That is it. That is it.
So I think we have just 1 point left now.
Yes.
And that is what? Sex. Okay.
Hold on, Toyosi, before you go ahead. Somebody, Omolara Kadri said, some women have sent their husbands to early grave with their lavish spending and extravagant lifestyle. Joma Binu, can you mute a little bit? Let me quickly talk on that. Yes, exactly what you said, my dear sister. I so much like this comment. They have done so, right? Nítorí àfi ayé, I want to belong, I want to be there. You want to do this, you want to do that. You know the capacity of your husband, you know the level of your husband, and your husband is just trying to satisfy you at all costs with everything. Why won't it be like that? Then at 28, at 35, you are already a widow because ìwọ ló pa. Some people cannot bring money home and they will tell their wives, organic in 50,000 ìdání, já sáré lo 20 ń bẹ. Já sáré lo 20 ń bẹ. Are you the one to repay the 20? Definitely they will remove it from the man's salary. The salary is reduced. Right? Now the lapses will be there. What the man has been using the 20,000 for, there will be lapses there. There will be openings. Then he will now be running helter-skelter. What other things can he venture into? And totally 9 to 5. that was supposed to close at 5, they didn't release them. Oh, the 7, oh, the 9, lale, with traffic and everything, gets home at 11 to sleep for a while and leave home 9 to 5 here. He must leave the house by 6:30 to be at the office at 9. Now tell me, sleep tó yẹ kó ní for 8 hours is being shortened to 5 hours. Every day, 5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours. On weekends that he's supposed to sleep, you will drag him to party. You want to go and showcase the ashwebi that you bought. Why won't the man kpai? Why won't the man die suddenly? Eh? You remember a few weeks ago when we did contentment? Ìtẹ́lọ́rùn. This is part of it. There is time for everything. Bíbélì gan sọ, there are seasons for everything. You cannot say you want to plant a crop today and you expect it to germinate today and you expect it to be reaped today. No. There is time for everything. When the children are small, that is the time you are building the future. If you want to build a house, if you want to build this, you are building the children and building your own future. Don't go and drag the man to go and be paying. Some will drag the man to go and put the children in expensive schools. Torí wípé ìyá alágbájá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣó mọ tí ìyá alágbájá jẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹkùn? Who knows? Bóyá ìyá alágbájá inherit owó lọ́dọ̀ àwọn parents ẹ̀. Who knows? Maybe they have other businesses they are doing that are not known to you. You now be dragging the man, bring money for this, do that, do that. You just want to be high there. Some will go and rent house. You go and rent house where you cannot afford. Yeah? Some will be buying clothes, jewelry, oríṣiríṣi. Mi ò lo GL. Èmi GL. Mi lo farajọ. Àti farajọ. Àti GL. Are they not jewelries? I know. Tí o bá ti ń ṣe gold, 18 carats. Mi ò lè lò. We have to be very careful. And what kind of future are we building for the children? Future olójú kòkòrò, future olè, future owó ọwọ́ mi ò tó, màá fi gọ̀gọ̀ fà á. This thing, I will not lie to you. Mostly about this one, obìnrin ló máa ń ṣe jù. The men that are doing it are not much. I know there are some men too tó jẹ́ pé olè ni wọ́n ń tápá àwọn òkà náà fẹ́ rà. You want to buy designers. Shebi now they don't talk if you wear fake designer, go France. Huh? They want to buy Gabbani, this one, they want to buy that. No, buy whatever you can afford. This is the building time. You are building right now. Yeah? So when that time comes, you'll be able to relax. And some want to get future monje. They have spent the future with whatever they are spending now. You will see people earning money, good money, yeah? Living in staff quarters. Wọ́n fi cement kan block kan sílẹ̀ báyìí. And their driver will be sending children to school, university. They might not be as expensive as your own children's school, we are public school, but yet wọ́n rán ọmọ lọ school. At the same time, wọ́n kọ́lé. Ìmí àsọ, mo yọ ojúlé mẹ́fà kan, mo yọ ojúlé méje. You that has you have the resources, you have onífún olè kan olówó lọ́wọ́, but jíjẹ, rírà, unnecessary stuff, stupid stuff, meaningless things, you will go and be pushing your husband to buy. I will still talk about that one some other day. Miss Toyosi, please go ahead. Oh, Kamilara. Social media lifestyle. Miss Toyosi, are you there? Let's walk. Miss Toyosi. Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about the last one.
The last part is what most people don't like talking about, maybe because it's their private life and you understand that. But it is very, 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 very timeless in every social media. I noticed some couples don't like talking about it, especially when we have issues at home. And we know one in the coach and we have to say about that and they are idea of anybody. We not even mention that. My speak is sexy. Which I will right?
Go ahead.
It's where the problem that is the major problem governing. So we don't want to talk about it. I'm showing our religion. And the sugar banana our religion. These such things should be mutual and a better understanding to project when it comes to sex. And even before going into marriage, I don't know any culture. I don't know if sex ability will also cut the fire because our we are the same. When you get back to my family, to the interest in it. My marriage, and there's no way the other party will not choose. Now, we are ìyàwó àjọwà tí wọ́n fọwọ́ kan dájú wa pé ọkùnrin mi gan will tell you that òun ní kébè ní pé kọ́kọ́ make advance ọkùnrin. I've heard that before. And me, I don't see it as a big deal. Ọkùnrin náà wò ó ní pé aṣọ ọlọmọ yìí o, oníkọ́kọ́ náwó wá. That is one. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì.
Sorry. Network you.
Ó máa ń jẹ́ kí nǹkan náà there should be this mutual feelings, and we should be able to satisfy both men and women. We should be able to satisfy our partner when it comes to that. So, analysis.
Okay. Okay, now she's talking about, can you mute it so that they can hear?
Okay. 1 minute.
Okay. They're trying to tell, Mr. Yossi is trying to tell us about sex in marriage. She said you should marry someone of your like mind, like somebody that have the same taste with you, the same thing, that you carry the same maybe capacity or the same level. That is it. So she said some men will say their wives, they have never seen where women make advances to their husbands. And some will say, my wife made advance to me. Ashanige Isha. Well, to me, which might be contrary to some people's opinion, I used to say it's Karashomodi, Karo Dimasho, Ki Dimati Gbofo. First and foremost, in as much that we don't support premarital sex, but all these things you would have been taught when you are doing counseling to get married. They would have taught you about this, about that, about this. In the olden days, ni àwọn obìnrin that they will now say, me to call my husband, hey, we think I'm an ashawo. I have had a woman saying it. Yes. Let me say this is a short story anyway. The man was complaining about the wife. And the man said, ever since he gave his life to God, he has never cheated. And he did not intend to cheat. but he wasn't getting what he wanted from his marriage. And I said, okay, do you want me to talk to your wife? He said, sure, if she will adjust. And the wife was a type of a Christian lady that don't discuss such. It took me like a day or two. I just summoned courage. I just called her. I said, sit down, my sister. I want to ask you one or two questions. How often do you make advances to your husband and say, hey, Deborah, me, no, how can I? It will never happen. Hey, he will now be looking at me like an ashawo. I said, okay. I said, who is the man we are talking about? Say, my husband, of course. I said, no, be your husband. I say, if it were to be your husband, it's yours. But if it's not your husband, then it's not yours. She looked at me and said, yes. I said, there's no big deal in that. Say, so you feel do? I said, why not? She laughed and laughed and she will look at me and say, hey, how you take do? And you say, yeah, can't do. I said, no, there are languages for everything. You will have a language, like there is a sign that once he sees it, he doesn't have to ask you. He knows what you want. She said, me, I no go fit oh, this one go hard though, hey, if you can't go report me, call and say to who? So it took me like a whole day to talk to her. She now said, what will I do? I said, okay, if you are able to do what I will tell you, it will be nice. You have a 90 that is very, very transparent. She said, yes. Say, but me, I dey wear bra inside and pants. I laughed. I said, this day, you will cook. Your husband loves rice. Try to make fried rice, even if it is just 1 cup. Just make it. Right? Spice the food. Put it in a cooler, in a special dish, because the husband comes late. I said, then make sure you shower as normal time you normally shower. You can wear your bra, wear everything. But the moment you sight him coming or you hear him greeting neighbors, I said, take off your bra, take off your panties. I said, use your hand to pull your nipple up so that it will be pointing. Then put on the light so that it can see you clearly. Open the door. Make sure you lock the door at the back so that it won't be the one to open it. So open the door for him and greet him welcome. I said, from there, don't worry. And meanwhile, I did not tell the man anything. I just saw that in the morning, I was preparing the children for school. The man just called me. Say, yeah, Beji. I looked down and say, I laughed. I just went inside. So later that day, I now called the wife. I said, what happened last night? I said, she was just laughing. I said, what happened? I said, I did exactly what you asked me to do. That he could not concentrate on his food. He was just looking at me. He was asking me, do you want me to shower first or to eat first? I said, go and eat first. Rest for like 10-15 minutes, then you go and shower. Said before he came back again, she said she did the same thing. The thing was just said the man came. Said the man was making so many promises. All the love words that the man have never said, he started saying it. Said after, say normally, say my body they always pepper me. I know they like that kind of things. But my dear sister, I didn't know that I could go as far as 30 minutes. I say, hey, congratulations, my sister. So we laughed it off. Ever since then, each time the husband talks about it, he will be happy. He came and was telling my husband that, she tried for my life, and stuff like that. Yoruba says, a kì í dàgbà ń tá bá mọ̀. What you don't know, you don't know. Try to seek knowledge. But when you are seeking knowledge, be very careful the kind of knowledge you're seeking and who is giving that knowledge to you. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń gba first ńbẹ̀, kò sẹ́ni tó ń gba second. I will tell you another story that I read. It's a female group. So they will say one topic and we will deliberate on it. So this particular day, this lady was complaining that missionary Shani, my husband does not this and that. So they now taught her, they now said, when you get home, do this, do that, and then you mount him when the time comes. So the following day, she came back with Ashamagbo results. She said, I have come back, oh my people, according to what you said I should do. That after everything, as I just mounted, I say, kí ló fẹ́ ṣe yẹn? I say, ó ti sọ̀kalẹ̀ kò yí padà. So that was what. Kí ló fẹ́ gbọ́ yẹn? The woman said she could not on the line. She had to cover her face because she was ashamed. And I now sent a message to her. I said, whenever he is happy, he's eating, ask him questions and ask him to sincerely tell you if he had never done it like that with any other person. And then tell him you are not going to judge him. You just want to know. Lo and behold, the man's opened up and said, but you are not doing that one. You are not the type. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn nìyẹn máa ń fi wọ́n pa ń gbà yẹn, and then ìyàwó là ń fẹsẹ̀ ti gírídó. Like if it's your wife, you will pamper, you will manage. But if it's a side chick, you can do anything. No wonder the side chick are gaining upper hands because you liked what they are doing. But you do not allow your wife to explore. You don't want her to know. So I now said, tell him, èmi náà fẹ́ di side chick here. Let me do it like side chick. Do me like that. I want to see. Say the man said, mi lè ṣe o, mi lè ṣe o. I said, I go and tell him ọ̀lẹ ni ẹ́. If you are not ọ̀lẹ, you will do it. I said, èmi ọ̀lẹ. Màá dẹ̀ ṣe é fún ẹ. And that was it. So what I would just say is, when it comes to that, though sex is not the only thing to mú marriage ró, if you think sex is the only thing, dìdìrìn gan lè fún ọkọ ẹ ní sex níta, abirùn lè fún, wèrè lè fún. But communication is still the head of all things. You have to talk to each other. You have to communicate in the languages you both understand. Mo ti rẹ́ni tó sọ wípé, I will ask him money, he will not give. I will ask this, he will not give, he will be shouting. But when it is time, he will be laughing like mumu. Yàlágájá, kò tí rẹ̀ báyìí látàárọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́, iṣẹ́ ló ṣe látàárọ̀. That shows pé ó ń bọ̀ nìyẹn. Say, but for him to come and say, recharge card 100 naira, no, he will not do. Say this particular day, she now said, think about it, more bo. She be obo. Eh? Even if for you to just buy recharge card 100 naira and say, kórìí mi tiẹ̀ wò pé dádì wa náà ra nǹkan fún mi, kó wá táwọ́ wá. You will just come. You want to do this, you want to do that. Communication. Call yourselves. Talk with yourselves. I can't really flow because I have underage at home. So I must know the way I talk and what I say. But I believe there's nobody less than 21 on the group. I understand. Yes, language around. You know that on the days your husband, your wife is asking, hey, you're home. What time are you coming back? I don't stay too late to get it a day. How is work? You want to go and shower first? You want to go and do this? You know that something is coming. Something is coming. So you'll be able to know how to do it and what to do, what to say, and how to say it. A friend of mine told me a story. Sorry, I know you might come up with, you might come across this video, but I will not mention name, but I cannot do without. She said when they were younger, because they were using this space, I think, local with plenty children. So their father and their mother were always using that language. Yalagbaja, Shekia, any Bible study like that. Any when the mother says that, they know what is going on. So they've been using that language since those children were young. Say, when they were now older, they were in secondary school. So one day the father was now saying, I think the mother had been complaining about some things, asking for some things, and the father could not come up with. I don't know. So the man now came and said, any Bible study, and stuff like that. And the mother now screamed and said, me, Bible study, me, Bible study, me, Bible study, kokon, me, Bible study, kokon. Say, the man said, Bible study, màá lọ chọ́ọ̀chì lọ́la ńgbà yẹn á lọ màá kúkú lọ sí Bible study lọ ní chọ́ọ̀chì lọ́la. Máa lọ. Then one of them now said, Ìyá Alágbájá, he called her mom, his mom like that. Bible study. That all the children were just laughing. That it was done on them. That was then they knew that those children knew their language all through. They were just pretending not to understand. So have your language, have your sign, right? Then you go ahead with it. And you too, that you want your lips to be shiny, you have to rub Vaseline. If you wet lips, you see. You know the trick. So everything is just language. Language. And say, ẹ̀yin ọmọ, stuff like that. So you have to be able to communicate very, very well. Talk with yourselves, right? Communication is just the logic. From the beginning to the end, communication. Mr. Yossi, do you have any other thing to say? Round up for us, please.
You spoken well, man. And it's all about. So It's also to Zambia. And I think everybody understands what we've been saying to them. And we couldn't move it anywhere. Like I always say every week that this program is just like a perfect and it's still back kálukú mú fífi èmi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni so gbogbo wa láti kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ kan àbí kejì níbẹ̀ so we want to just work on ourselves pick up whatever that it has in our topic and work on it so ilé wa ò ní dàrú ọ̀nà wa ò ní dàrú àwọn tó wà láàrin wa tó fẹ́ opo tó fẹ́ sẹ́tù ọ̀pọ̀ alálùbáríkà ìyàwó alálùbáríkà ọlọ́run ayé ọ̀dọ̀ everybody. So thank you all for joining. So we meet again next week by God's grace. Till then, I remain Adirumulu Atoyosi. I love you.
Thank you. You can go. Thank you, Auntie Toyosi. Thank you. Auntie Toyosi tried. She tried though. She tried. She's loaded though. She's just been hiding since. So Mutiri won't move by. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I hope we're able to learn one thing or the other. Yes, you've learned enough for tonight. Hello, Lou. Bashinike Lou. Don't wait. Koko, don't wait. Communicate with each other, even if not just to look. I have a friend that will say, the man will come. The man will be saying, then he will just grab the man. The man understands. That is it. So that is one thing I want you to know. Know the language of your spouse. Know your languages. Then you'll be able to start. Go ahead from there. We have lapses. One thing or the other. I have learned a lot today. There are some things I read and some things even Toyosi said that I'm holding on to that I will work on. So we are always learning at each other's feet. And that's why I'm always calling people to come and watch, to come and listen to us so that they can benefit from all these things. Ilé wa ò ní dàrú o. Àwọn tó ń wojú Olúwa fún ọkọ, Ọlọ́run á bá wọn ṣe. And àwọn tẹ́rù wọn ti dànù, Ọlọ́run á bá wọn tún tò lágbára Ọlọ́run. And the homes that are going through challenges of one problem or the other right now, Ọlọ́run á bá wa touch it. The Lord will touch the homes. Á bá wa tún ṣe. Remember, charity begins at home. It is what happens at home that children use as or act on outside. That is what will bring out their characters. That is what you will see and see that this is their character. So be very careful what you do and be very careful. Àwa tá ń lo yàrá kan, tá ń lo yàrá méjì lójú àwọn ọmọ, ẹ ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́pẹ̀lẹ́. Very, very careful. Jet age láwa yìí o, these children are looking ahead of us, so ti pọ̀ jù. So you got to be very careful when it comes to that. Communication is still the koko. Ẹ bára yín sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ communicate. The Lord will help us. Thank you so very much, everybody, for having me tonight again. On Monday, by the special grace of God, we are going to have Auntie Toyosi again, and then it's going to be our online market squad and reality corner at the same time. I hope you are having it. You are enjoying it as we are bringing it to you. The Lord will help us. Please, let me continue to share. Even as we are finished tonight, you can still share with people. They will still listen to us and come and join us at the same time. Bring people to thoughtful events, both YouTube and Facebook. Bring them as many as you can. Tell them to go to the search button and they will see thoughtful events. T, lowercase t, the rest is uppercase. And then the E is lowercase e, the beginning, then the rest is uppercase. Tell them to come. We are expecting them. I love you all. I still remain Olu Abi or Abid Busi. Thank you. Sometime in this year, very soon, We'll be doing another program on YouTube. Yes, we have to go on YouTube. Right. I know it's not easy for me to be downloading everything and be sending to YouTube. At times I don't have the time. At times, so we have to be doing some on the YouTube, maybe once in a while, just like that. The Lord will help us. Ẹ bá mi sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa, ẹ ràn mí lọ́wọ́ o, ká rànra wa lọ́wọ́, Ọlọ́run á ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Thank you so very much. Ọdún yìí á san wá o. Whatever we lay our hands on shall continue to prosper. All the things we prayed for in the last 12 months that we are waiting for God to give us response. The Lord will give us positive responses by the special grace of God. It is well. Thank you so very much. I love you all. God bless you.